your charges were failure to stop. They dropped that. Is that correct, Carlos?
Well, I think what they dropped was the speeding.
Oh, okay. They dropped the speeding, and you got failure to stop. Eventually, you stop.
Yes,
and then
one was a failure to obey an officer, and the other one was failure to identify myself.
Okay, well, you can just say that you wish to remain silent and, until you had a lawyer present and until you found out the charges that were being brought forward.
You can just say with the failure to identify, you just say, I just wish to remain silent, that I knew everything I used against me to be held against me in a court of law. Whatever it is, you just wish to remain silent until you had an attorney present. You didn't wish to answer any questions. As far as you were concerned, those lights came on, you were under arrest. And that's what they always tell you. They tell you that all the time. They say when those lights come on, you're to assume you're under arrest.
As a matter of fact, that's what happened because I asked for identification from the officer, but the officer basically he opened the door, took my seatbelt off, and basically says because I didn't provide him an ID when he requested one, and I initially requested one from him because it was 11 o'clock at night. I was with my 6-year-old, and he was kind of flashing the light, so it was kind of hard. I couldn't read a name tag on the individual, and he just basically opened the door. He says, "You're under arrest for obstruction of justice." So his backup, his supervisor arrived after he requested one and issued me the citation, and here I am.
Yeah. So, what is justice in California or Washington? Where are you?
I'm in Lacey, Olympia.
Okay. And what is justice in their code? What does the word justice mean to them?
I have no idea. All it is now there's, in my opinion, there is no justice.
If you got charged with obstructing a snowmobile, you kind of know what a snowmobile would be, right?
I'm sorry?
If you got charged with obstructing a snowmobile or a sea otter, you know what a sea otter is, right? You know what a snowmobile is, right?
Yes.
Is there some reason why you don't know what the word justice means? You didn't ask them? What does this fucking word justice mean? Because I don't remember seeing anybody. I don't remember seeing anybody or anything named Justice that I was obstructing.
Wow.
Okay.
You just ask them, what the fuck is a justice? Are you saying I obstructed a verb, a noun? What did I obstruct? I didn't see this justice. If justice was there, I'm sorry if I got in justice's way. I've been more than glad to get out of the fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just ask them, who the fuck is this justice that I got in the way of?
Yeah, but the way the officer was, the way I saw him and my little guy crying and everything, he was just kind of, I didn't want to get it any worse because of the fact that...
I didn't ask you that. I didn't say that. I don't give a damn. All I said is when you got home and you were charged with obstructing a justice, you just say, you know what? I don't know what the fuck this justice is. I don't remember the man's name being Justice on his name tag. Like if you remember watching like an old movie called Smokey and the Bandit, the guy who was actually chasing the bandit was the sheriff named Sheriff Justice.
Right.
Now, I don't remember getting in Sheriff Justice's way. Now, if I was in Sheriff Justice's way, well, I'm sure sorry about that.
Right.
Why did you find out for these people just what the hell do they mean by justice? How are you going to answer to something that you don't even know what the word even means? What is this fucking word? Mm-hmm. So when you go to court and say you're guilty, not guilty of obstructing justice, it's like, I don't even know what this word justice means. Can somebody fucking tell me? But you better do it way before you get that. You better get your lazy ass into gear way before you walk into a courtroom and act like an asshole. You want to be an asshole, the time to be an asshole is now, with paper, pen, and ink. You do it in front of a judge and he'll hold in contempt.
see, the thing is, what I was looking at is I don't want to create more controversy because it'll give them more for them to.
Okay, then just pay the damn ticket.
But
You're either going to fight. You're either going to act like a man and say, you know what, I didn't do anything fucking wrong, or you're just going to say, you know what, I don't want to start a controversy. Just bend me over and fuck me.
Because right now they're looking at the way that reads. I can even get jail time.
There you go. And then soon breathing too much oxygen is going to be jail time. So you guys better stop holding your breath every 30 seconds.
Yeah, because I did not agree to any guilty, not guilty or anything. I just basically said today, you know.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, exactly what you're trying to say is they're going to get people like you. If you fucking breathe more than 3 breaths a minute, they're going to put you in jail. And you're going to say, well, I better stop breathing so damn much. They're going to get you people so scared of looking at your own shadow. They're going to get you terrified. Well, they said, you know, if I don't do this, I'm going to go to jail. Let me put it this way. This guy in Chicago that I went to go help, he's been to court 2 times now, man. He spent tens of thousands of dollars on a lawyer and bringing me down there. He hasn't even been charged with a crime yet. And his attorney told him, well, you don't want to piss these people off. You might go to jail. So just plead guilty. Just do drug classes. Just go on probation and just do what they tell you to do. He hasn't even been charged with a crime yet. You haven't even been charged with a crime yet.
Right. There hasn't been a certified complaint or claim.
There hasn't been anything, and nobody's going to come forth and say anything.
Right, so at this point...
But no, like I said, if you guys are afraid, man, then stop being afraid and just pay the damn money and stay home and stop driving. Just live your life through virtual reality glasses. Go get some virtual reality goggles and watch me drive down the road. I'll live, and you can live vicariously through me. Or you're just going to be a man, and you're just going to do whatever the fuck you want to do, and say, make the damn claim that I've done something wrong. I said the same shit to the people in England over there. I said, when I came through the parking lot this afternoon, before I came here to do the seminar, I saw a bird. I seen a fly. I seen bumblebees. I seen ants. I seen a worm. I said, you know what? A worm, a bumblebee, a fly knows how to self-govern in England. A bumblebee and a fly is not afraid to fly across this parking lot without a helmet on its head. A worm isn't afraid if it's going to dig into something, it better make a phone call first before it digs. You know what? They exist. They self-govern. I said an Englishman has got less freedom in England than a worm, than a fly. I said, when did this fucking happen? That an Englishman is so fucking afraid to walk across a parking lot or walk across the street thinking that he's breaking the law, doing something wrong. And a fly has absolutely no problem just enjoying life that God gave him. I said, nope, not you fuckers. You're all scared out of your fucking minds that you're going to do something wrong. And they're going to put you in a cage and put you in a box. When you people don't learn, man, that's another man doing it to you. Say, what did I do to you, Mr. Man? Well, you didn't do anything to me. Well, you know what? I'm going to rely upon the law of the fucking planet Earth that says, hey, if I've done something wrong to my fellow man, you let me know. Until then, back off. Because I'm not a member of your little club. But like I said, that's the same thing that I've been trying to get through to Mark. And saying I wasn't using a driver's license to take my property from point A to point B. I'm just a man. I was in my property, taking my property from here to there. And that's it. I wasn't using a license. I don't need a name to take my property from point A to point B. A bumblebee doesn't need a name to build a beehive. It doesn't need a building permit to make a beehive. I'm doing my shit the way I want to fucking do it. As long as I don't hurt nobody, it's nobody's damn business what I'm doing. But you people are like, oh well, they want to make it their business. Good, they want to make it their business. Make them pay for it. Order me to tell you why I'm building this way. Tell me why I'm transporting my property. Order me to tell you. Order me to speak. And then I'm going to require you to compensate me. Oh, well.
So I can stay with the, I haven't harmed anybody, and I don't wish to continue, and my business is here is concluded.
Well, you better find out if there's a man who's making a claim you've done something wrong. You better find out who this fucking Mr. Justice is. Because he's saying that you obstructed him.
Yes, because so far there hasn't been any, reliable or any man basically making a claim against me.
How do you know? Did you ask?
Yes, I've basically asked the judge, and he basically kept quiet.
You're going to be a lazy ass, and you're going to wait till the day you go in court and be an asshole and be thrown in jail for contempt of court, when you can do this all on paper the day that you got the ticket. The day that you got the ticket, you went home and wrote this stuff. No, you're going to be a lazy ass and wait 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, and then you're going to open your smart mouth in court, and you're going to be so smart, and you're going to wind your ass in jail. Go ahead and be a smart mouth in court. See what happens to you. There's some reason why you're not taking a paper pen and writing them every single day. Just asking them simple questions. Just asking them simple questions like, I got it's obstructing justice. Who is this Mr. or Mrs. Justice that I got in their way? I'm very sorry I got in their way. Is there some way I could compensate them? I know I don't like when somebody gets in my way. I know where I'm transporting my property from point A to point B. I sure don't like it when somebody gets in my way.
Yeah, because right now I think I've already agreed with them, because even though I signed do not wish to contract on their paperwork, and I've already filed a motion. Well, there was a caller you had in, I think, video 176, a guy from California. I think the pothead comment that you made. I basically made a letter, sent it to the judge, but I also mixed in accidentally. Well, I didn't know any better because this is my first time doing this. Some of Boris's stuff.
Whose stuff?
Boris.
Boris the Spider?
Yeah, Boris. He's got a video. Boris 51714.
Boris, B-O-R-I-S.
Yeah, B-O-R-R-I-S. Or just one R.
And for some reason you think this name Boris means something to Karl Lentz, to me?
Oh, no. I was trying to basically get out of this. Not get out of this. I'm more like confronted in the sense that, okay, he was instructing on what they call maritime law, and also on.
Holy shit! You were on a boat.
No.
Yeah.
Something in reference to the person. Yeah.
So you're
reference to the person.
Maritime law. That's too funny.
Yeah, something has to do with legal fiction and
and
versus
maritime. Yeah,
Carl,
you were
one of Batman's old guys?
Yeah, you were transporting your goods through the seas of commerce, huh? Yeah,
According to them.
Yeah, that's too funny. God bless them. God bless the kids who believe in Santa Claus and tooth fairies, too. Yay. Hooray. And? What's that got to do with writing a letter and finding out who this justice?
And right now is, even though I did file a motion for...
Why would you file a motion? Why would you file a motion? What the fuck is a motion? Do you know what a motion is?
Yes, I was reading on the definition on that, and it doesn't look like it's helping me now.
No. Is there some reason why you can't just write them a letter? Is there some reason why you can't talk to somebody man to man?
Well, I've already sent the letter yesterday. You're basically almost word for word on what you gave on your on that talk show.
What did I say?
I can pull it up.
Yeah, because my letters change from every single case. I don't do templates. My letter doesn't mean the same thing everybody's thing.
Right, but the thing is that I'll go ahead and okay. This is what it says. Notice to the people of the state of Washington and any interested parties. It says at one point in time, I am the man believer that I somehow may have done some wrong. I have become more aware and realized that no real bona fide person has ever appeared in this case. No real man has testified in open court under oath or affirmation of affidavit that I injured or harmed another man. And there is no certified record of any existence of any court file or never spoken in open forum. If any man wants to come forward to order me to look up any contract agreement, I'll be happy to entertain any and all claims. It is my wish that any order or warrant against my person be discharged, accounts cleared, revoked, and terminated at this time. As I believe you wish to move your claim against my person in open court, any man who executes an unlawful order and burdens me with any order will be liable. And then notice to registered agents.
You got to be kidding me. I never wrote anything that sounds even half as ridiculous as that.
No, you didn't write it. It was a gentleman from California who wrote it. And you told him to do away with do you believe I am you? And that you told him to get rid of 2 sentences.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard.
It's all posted on your website.
You said something about a close the account. Is that what you said? Like, what was that line about the account?
Let's see here. Any man, if it is my
account. Just look for the word account. Just look for the word account. Where is the word account?
Yeah, account cleared or revoked.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Account cleared, right?
Right.
Who the fuck in his right mind would say the word account cleared? Whose account is it? It ain't my motherfucking account. It's like somebody has a bank account. It's like I order you to clear out your account. Oh really? Oh what? Are you threatening me? Are you telling me to clear out my account? Who the fuck are you to tell me what I cannot do with my bank account or any other fucking account?
Okay.
See, I don't talk like that, man. That is just fucking pure fucking like threatening, extortion, communicating threats. That kind of shit, man, it gets people in jail. You can't talk like that. You're talking to your grandma. You gonna talk to your grandma like that? Are you ready to clear the account? What the hell kind of language is that? And you're Mr. Man who doesn't want to start a controversy, and you're fucking writing letters like that. Yeah, that really sounds real sweet to me. I have no idea who wrote that, man, but that's just some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, the only I added the account portion of it.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It is just fucking some crazy shit. Close the account. Did you open the account? No. If you didn't open the account, how dare you fucking tell somebody to close something that you didn't create? How dare you tell somebody what to do with something that isn't yours? Who do you think you are? You guys got to start learning a lot more manners, man. Learning how to be polite. Instead of being a petulant little young and youth and saying, you know what, oh, I'm going to tell them to do this. They better do this. Or they're going to get what for? Oh, yeah, what are you going to do? Hold your breath, stomp your feet. What are you going to do to them? They're going to teach you how to be a man sooner or later, man. But it ain't by writing letters like that. They're going to say, oh, boy, we better be scared. That sounds like a very stern letter. We better close the account. Oh, yes, we better. Heavens to Betsy's. He wrote us a real stern letter. He sounds like he means business. is a joke. You got to be kidding me. You got to look at it from the other person's point of view. You got to have like some empathy.
Okay.
And say, how are these people going to react to this? Makes you feel good. It pounds your chest, make you feel like a gorilla. Yay. I got balls. Watch this. I'm going to use some really stern words this time. It just sounds ridiculous.
Well, that was my mistake.
You just there to settle any debt. You're just sorry if you've done something wrong, and is there somebody who I obstructed? Is this justice? I don't know who this justice is. What do you mean by justice? Who is this justice? What is this justice? I have no idea. How did I stop something from happening? How? And where's the actual damages? By obstructing the water from flowing, my neighbor's cattle died because I obstructed the flow of the river. And all my neighbor's cattle died. Well, okay, they're going to hand me a bill for 53 cattle. And I'm going to be liable for it because I obstructed the flow of the river. Okay, you obstructed justice. Okay, where is the damage? Where is the damn bill? How much justice did you obstruct? You're just coming up with silly shit, and you're not fucking smart enough to say, this is just about the silliest thing I've ever heard. Obstructing justice. What the fuck is justice? Boy, you're so smart, you know what the word justice means? A fucking clue. And if you obstruct somebody's view, if you obstruct somebody's sunlight, if you obstruct somebody's water, or somebody's right to enjoy clean air or something like that, yeah, you're going to be held liable for damages. Like the court clerk, if she obstructs your ability to access a courthouse, and you say, hey, man, that might be obstructing justice. But not producing paperwork to a total stranger on the side of the highway, what the hell does that have to do with anything called justice? I don't know. Why don't you ask them? I'd like to fucking make it, I'd like to settle a debt. I owe somebody because I obstructed their justice. How much of his justice did I obstruct? Did I obstruct his justice? How much of his justice did I obstruct? How much of his water did I obstruct? How much of his rainfall did I obstruct? How much of his sunlight did I obstruct? How much of his justice did I obstruct? $5 worth? $50 worth? How much? Show me. Show me the bill. Show me the bill in particular. Show me. I can't believe you guys can't figure this shit out on yourselves, man. Like I told Mark, man, I'm upside down underneath a fucking car pulling a yoke out of a fucking vehicle, man, a drive shaft out. And I'm doing this, and you guys can't figure this out? You got all day to sit around and think about this stuff, and you can't figure this out on your own? That's silly. Obstructed what? Obstructed something called justice. Okay, what do they call justice? And how do you give it back to them? Well, how do you compensate them for? You say, well, it cost me $50 worth of justice. So it's like, okay, can you show me how you got to that $50 number? Show me, and I'll pay you.
Okay.
But I'm just not going to pay anybody just because they said I obstructed rainbows. I obstructed rainbows and unicorns. Okay. I'll pay you because I obstructed some rainbows and unicorns. Okay, that's great. But can you actually give me a bill? Can you actually show me how much rainbows did I obstruct?
But now, since I'm under their jurisdiction, can I still use
You're not under their jurisdiction. You're under your own damn jurisdiction. You're a man. You're under your own control. You control yourself. Nobody controls you.
Okay.
I don't hear that shit. You're not in shackles. You're making a phone call to me. Don't tell me you're under their jurisdiction.
Okay.
If you were under your mommy's jurisdiction, she'd say, hang up the phone right now. It's 10 o'clock. You'd be under her jurisdiction. You're not under that jurisdiction, dude.
Okay.
You're still a free person walking around on the street. You still have the ability to write letters and try to settle this.
Okay.
Right. So that way, if you're still trying to settle it, you're under your own jurisdiction. They're not having to take over your private. They don't have to take you over and take control of you. Because you're acting like a man and you're settling this like a man would. You're under your own control. You're like, I'm a man, and somebody's saying that I've done wrong. So who is this man or woman that's saying I've done wrong? And how do I settle this? Before I got to get it into the courthouse, and once I get it into a public courthouse, then I'm under the public's control. Right now, you're not under the public's control. You're not in the courtroom setting. Once you get into the court, or you better believe you're going to be under the public's control.
Yeah,
right now, you're at home. Yeah, you're under your own control right now. You could write letters to them. You could settle this. You could write letters. It's still under your control.
Yeah, but I've got court tomorrow, so...
Yeah, well, see, gee, ain't that amazing? And when did you get this ticket?
July 4th.
Yeah, July 4th. There you go. 6 weeks ago. And you got court tomorrow. See, everybody waits the last minute. Well, what's tomorrow? Arraignment?
Wednesday. No, tomorrow is a motion for dismissal.
Pre-trial.
Pre-trial? Fine.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Is a pre-trial thing? That's fine. Just tell a guy, like, look, I'm sorry if I obstructed something called justice. I honestly don't even know what this word justice means. Can you hand me a bill? Can you actually show me the damages that I caused? And I got my checkbook right here, and I want to pay any man or woman who wants to make a compensation for the amount of justice that I denied them. Because honestly, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about with this justice.
It's got to be on paper.
Yeah, obviously. You ain't never going to be able to pull it off with your mouth. And they'll just fucking say, I have no what the fuck you're talking about.